Let's now delve into how large language models work, which are the AI that the public is most focused on today, starting with the immersion of GPT. Generative model, as the P says. In this acronym, pre-trained is meaning pre-trained on a huge amount of text taken from the web. As for GPT-4, we're talking about 300 billion web pages, which is definitely not a small amount. So, how does it work? It works because this feeding of text to the machine is not supervised by humans, and so the machine learns by itself through this huge amount of texts how we write and learns to do it. Pay attention, one word at a time. That is, it understands that one word generally follows another. Let me explain, this is very important. When you ask ChatGPT, Ninyas, or Copilot, which works with ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude from Anthropic, you write a sentence, let's say, a question. Let's take an example. What is the closest planet to the sun? This question, you see the large language model starts writing sentence after sentence and you get excited? Because of his syntax, because of his speed, because of his knowledge. But in reality, the first thing he does is find a word, just one word, a first word. And so he has learned from the texts, which generally follows, a question like the one you have asked. So it will start by choosing Myoginit, for example, the word the planet. After that, the system is used repeatedly, meaning that after the first generated word, the automated querying is the system that proceeds like this. You're there seeing the result, which is a long text. But the query I was saying is your question plus the first word of the answer that it has found. And let's say it comes to the term most. So the AI is still asking what is the closest planet to the sun, the planet closest. And it finds the term closest. And it goes on like this until it presumably reaches the term Mercury, which is how it concludes its answer. As long as it doesn't mess things up because it was poorly trained or because it picked up incorrect information. And let's remember that it was pre-trained on web text that might contain inaccuracies or falsehoods. Or it could make a mistake through a hallucination. But we'll talk about this later. So, basically, what seems to you like the linear and smooth creation of a sentence is actually a load of crap. Continued querying of the large language model word by word. And look, the same principle applies to text-to-image artificial intelligences like Dall-e that generate images. Instead of thinking in terms of words, they think in pixels, which is the smallest component of a digital image. That's why these models have exorbitant energy costs, both during training and querying. And then, when we talk about the Chinese DeepSeek that costs less, well, of course DeepSeek. It's not pre-trained, meaning it works on already trained models, relying on an energy and cost investment made by others. So, implicitly, but also explicitly, even deep isn't cheap, but it seems that way because the training phase was done by others. So, what are the first advantages and disadvantages we have from a technology like this?